For the internet, we are running default route on all the edge devices like VH1, branch 1, VH1. Here I have one default route towards internet, and here we are running what? BGP. Fine. So here I have added one new link, this link, where my subnet is going to be 200.1.1.0/24. So how this WAN is can ping to this IP address, to this VH? They can ping through MPLS if I will advertise this subnet in BGP on DC switch. So I'm going to do same thing here. See, on DC switch, first I have configured the IP address here 200.100, and now I am saying router BGP AS number is 100. So say 100, and then network 200.1.1.0, and mask is 255.255.255.0. Let's save this configuration and exit from here. Close it. Right now you can check the BGP routing table of any branch 1 VH, like here admin, and I can say so IP route BGP. Right, so in BGP routing table I am expecting 200, and here you can see. Right, so can I ping 200.1.1.10 in VPN 0? No. Why I am not able to ping? See, I am able to ping DC switch. The reason why I am not able to ping is, till now I have not configured IP on DC VH. Right, so we need to configure IP on DC VH. How will configure IP on DC VH? Mode of all WAN edge devices is vManage, so we can configure it through template. We can configure it through template. So let me access my vManage here, 192.168.1.20. and admin login. Why WAN edge devices are down? Like vBond, all the WAN edge devices are down. What happened here? Unreachable. I think I did some mistake on this DC switch. So IP interface brief. So on VLAN 100 we have this IP address, and on Ethernet 0/3 Ethernet 0/0/1/0/2 and 0/3. So new added interface is which one? Which link is the new link? So run VPN 0. Here we can check in VPN 0 we have which interface? G0/0. That means this interface is the new interface. E0/3, that is the correct. So we have configured the right IP address on DC switch. Then what happened? Am I able to ping vSmart from the vManage? Admin and let me check the connectivity. Ping 100.1.1.2. Yeah, I'm able to ping VA Smart. VBond. No, VBond is unreachable. VBond is unreachable. Okay, it's off. VBond was down. No problem. It will take some time. After that, all the vanished devices will come up, as well as controllers. Wait for some time. The VBond was unreachable. Okay, so here I have added this interface GE0/1. So I am going to configure this VH DC VH through template. So on vmanage, go to templates, and then here we have DC device template. Let me edit it. DC device template, and here in VPN 0 you can see I have two interface already added. Now let me check this feature template. Here search for DC and VPN 0 internet interface, MPLS interface, and here it is VPN 0 internet interface. Let me edit it. And what IP address here will configure. Interface is no cert, interface ID correct, connected to internet, fine, static, okay. IP address is 200.1.1.10/24. And now let's update it. The color is biz internet, okay, fine. Yeah, good to go. Let's update. And you can see this template, it is not attached with any device. Let's attached with 4.4.4 DCVH. And here I don't think we need to fill anything. Everything is fine. Click next. We can check the configuration difference once. Like in the difference, we will have only one difference, that is GE0/1 interface configuration, right? So click on side by side, it will show you the difference. Here is the difference. You can see earlier this is the previous configuration. In previous configuration I don't have G0/1, right? So this is the new added configuration. Fine. Let me check. Interface is this one. IP address fine. Description connected to internet. Tunnel interface is on. Encapsulation IPsec. Color is biz internet and restricted. Allow service all. Okay. No cert and IP dot. Great. Rest all configurations are exactly same. Let's configure the device. Now if you will create hub and spoke topology, all the vanished devices will have two T-lock of DC. Now we have two T-lock in DC. One T-lock for internet, one T-lock for MPLS. G0/0 is connected with MPLS, color is MPLS there, and on G0/1 color is biz internet, right? Now guys, in last class what I told you, main topic of today class is application aware routing. Like for an example, here I have one application, right? Let's say app 1, right? Port number 80 or 443. By default, doesn't matter it is which type of topology, it is full mesh or hub, right? But for the transportation between internet and MPLS, it is performing load balancing, correct? Right? But what I want, whenever any user, let's say this user access HTTP port, this application app 1, they should access via MPLS. But if the MPLS is not available, then it should access via internet, or not available, that is also fine, but or maybe if the quality of this link is bad, right? Let's say jitter is high, delay is high, the packet loss is 10%. If the packet lost on this MPLS link is 10%, then shift the traffic to internet. This is what application aware routing. For data plane, you can see this. Today we are going to configure data plane policy. For the application, we are going to specify the path, right? Or let's say in each side we have three applications, like three services. For an example, one is 80, which is HTTP 443, and one is telnet 23. So you know telnet is an normal traffic. So I will configure this path internet for the telnet between all the sites, and these services, rest these two services application, we can configure MPLS path for the application. So any user want to access port number 80, they will access via MPLS. If same user is going to access port number 23, their traffic will go via internet. And if the internet is not available or MPLS is not available, automatically it will fail over the traffic. It will shift the traffic, right, to the other transport. Here I have only two transport. Got it? This is our main concern. This is the topic which we need to understand today. So first of all, before starting the today class, please let me know if anyone have any question from the previous classes, right? Like whatever policies I have created, I have configured. Now you can see your template is applied here, and if you will check any VH, let's say branch 1 VH, branch 1 VH1. So now you will have two T-log from the DC. Now you have two T-log from the DC. Here I can show you. Admin, yeah. So OMP T-logs. System IP of DCVH is 4.4.4. You can see MPLS and IPsec, and we'll have one more T-log. No, it's not receiving. It's not receiving, right? That means still there is no reachability. Still there is no reachability. I am not able to ping. That means DC VH ping 200.1.1.10. Yeah, ping is working. Ping is working. Then I should have one more T-log. It's only receiving one T-log. Let me check the DC VH. So OMP T-log and 4.4.4 MPLS. Here also we have only one T-log. So run VPN 0. So run VPN 0. Port is NuCert. IP address is this one. Encapsulation IPsec. Color biz internet. Yeah. What is the issue, guys? Please try to identify it. Give me a minute. Yes? Anyone was speaking? What happened? What is the issue? So OMP, we have only one OMP session here. So control connection. Now we will be troubleshooting many things, right? Many problem will arise while configuring the lab, and every time we have to troubleshoot. And I am expecting now you guys can also help me to troubleshoot the issue. So control connection. Here is the control connection with 2.2.2 our MPLS only. We manage also. A V bond. Here is the V bond ping and we can source ping 100.1.2 and source source 200.1.1.10. Yeah, ping is working from this side. We should have control connection here, but control connection is not up. State over here for the biz internet is not up. It's connected, it's showing connected. So let me think, when this link will come up, it will send hello message to vbond for the DTLS connection. Okay. No, it should work. Let me check the policy once. Sorry, is any policy applied here? Not activated. This one I am going to deactivate it. Yeah, in the policy we had allow only one T-log, right? It might be possible this is because of that, right? So wait, I am deactivating it. Done. whatever policy we have, if you will tell me to delete, I will delete everything, right? Okay, but now there is no any active policy there, applied policy. Let me turn off this device once and let me turn it on again. That was not the issue because of policy, because policy is not going to impact in control connection, na? Policy was applied on VSmart. Wait, admin system is not ready. Okay, so guys, right now, wait, after some time I will check that. But till now what we have seen, how to create hub and spoke topology. By default, when I had configured all the devices, topology was full mesh. Then we have configured hub and spoke topology. First we have used method hub and spoke. First we have used default topology type, which was already available in the on the vManage. Then we have created hub and spoke based on route, right? For the route only we had configured hub and spoke topology. We have seen the each managed devices had T-lock, but were not receiving the route of other branch. Like branch 1 had T-lock of branch 2, but there was no route. These prefixes, right? Only data center route was there. Then we have seen hub and spoke topology based on T-lock, right? So we had created one T-lock list where I had added the T-lock of TCVH. And today we are going to configure policy for application, that is application aware routing. Okay, so if I have some application here, like from the vManage, if you will check, let me show you that. Yeah, now system is ready, admin, and so control connection. No, still we have issue here. Still we have issue here. Admin, so control connection. On vBond we are not able to see any control connection, and here on DCVH, so OMP T-locks, I have only one T-lock 4.4.4, that is MPLS. Let me do one thing here. Templates, go to feature template and DC, and here is the MPLS. Click on edit. Here I am going to configure color internet, biz internet, update, and one more thing here we need to do, that is DC and the internet interface. Okay, here I have configure color over here is MPLS, so I am going to change it to, that is fine, the name. Here I am going to change color to internet for an example, biz internet, update, say next, next, just I am testing what is the issue, failed. Yeah, two interface have now same color. It might be possible this is just because of simulation. See, this DCVH is not able to establish control connection with vBond through internet, biz internet color, right? But it should establish the tunnel. Is there any issue in that template? Here is the device template. Let me check once. Device template, VPN 0. Here the internet. Absolutely fine. This is absolutely fine. Feature template, DC, and 1 minute guys, wait, this is also a learning only, why there is issue. Zero by 1 interface ID is correct, and IP address is also correct. Tunnel interface is on, color is biz internet, restrict on group. Okay. We want Western server. This is for the NAT only. NAT service, all service allow. Netconf is allow. SSH is allow. In the advanced, encapsulation protocol, IPsec, that is also fine. Everything looks fine here. There is no issue. No issue is there. Everything is fine. On the internet router also we have to add a route. So IP route. So 100 is there. 100 is there, right? But 200, let me add one more route here. IP route 200.1.1.0, 255.255.255.0, and next hop IP address is going to be same, this one, exit interface fast ethernet 0/0, and next hop IP address this one, right? Now let me check. Now it is reachable through internet. So DCVH and show control connection. So control connection. Now guys, you can see up, right? Now you can check the T-log. This was the issue. So OMP T-logs. What was the issue on internet router? Route was not available for this prefix for 200, right? Now T-log of 4.4.4 on MPLS, and we'll have one more T-log. Okay, still issue is there. Issue is still there. Yeah, here is the issue. From the vBond, let me try to ping once. Ping 200.1.1.10. Yeah, I am able to ping it. Ping is working. Everything is fine. Even from this internet, this interface 0/0, it is able to establish control connection. Then it is might be possible this is because of simulation software. So OMP PS, we have yes only one OMP session here with 2.2.2. By the way, we will have only one OMP, and so BFD session. So you can see only and only we have BFD session on MPLS. Okay, we can ignore it for now. Let's continue our topic. So see, in the policies, in the group of interest, guys, yesterday we had created one T-log list. Yes, this is my T-log list. Like this, if you have multiple T-log in DC, you can create one more here by clicking on this. You can give the name and then system IP, color, encapsulation, right? So I was planning to add one more T-log here for color busy internet, right? But I am not able to do it. No problem. Okay. For now, I have these policies here. These policies here, and these policies are not activated. These policies are not activated. You can see all the policies are deactivated. Today we are going to create policy for application, that is called application aware routing. See, from the vManage, if I am going to show you the path between branch 1 and branch 2, or between branch 2 and branch 3 for all types of communication, right? For the application, ping, all communication is happening through both transportation, internet and MPLS, right? So to verify that, what we can do, we can check here, we can check path 7.7 and 8.8.8. Between 7.7 branch 2 and branch 3, I am going to show you the path. So let me select 7.7 and here go to real time and then troubleshooting, and we can simulate the path, simulate flow. Here VPN ID is going to be 10, source interface this one, source IP address correct, 10.10.2.1. you can see this is the IP address of branch 2 VS1, and destination IP address is going to be 10.10.3.1, which is the IP address of branch 3 VS1, right? And here is the application, you can see, right? Application. So let me click on advanced. Here we can define the protocol number. So what is the protocol number of TCP? What is the protocol number of TCP? See, HTTP, HTTPS, Telnet, these are TCP based protocol, and protocol number of TCP is 6. Right now, source port I am going to use any random port number 1025, and destination port, let's say for an example 80, and I am going to click on simulate path. So you can see for HTTP traffic, it is using both transport, internet and MPLS. For telnet also, if I am going to change port number to 23, which is the port number of telnet, so you can see for telnet also traffic is going through both transportation, internet and MPLS, right? For 443 also, 443 HTTPS, it is performing load balancing. Now we don't want load balancing, want to configure MPLS for HTTP and HTTPS traffic, means for the website application, and internet for the telnet. We don't want to perform load balancing between internet and MPLS. We want to forward HTTP and HTTPS traffic between all the sites or between two sites, doesn't matter, right? For which VPN, you can configure it for a particular VPN, you can configure it for particular site, for particular branch, or for all the VPN for all the sites. If we are going to configure application aware routing between site branch 2 and branch 3, then I have to create one more site list, right, where I will only define site ID 2 and site ID 3, right? So whenever I will call that site list, that will be applicable for these two sites. Yes or no? Yes. Okay, so let me do it. Go to again policies and click on add policy to create new policy, and this time I am going to create application aware routing, right? So I will use IP class, SLA class. I will use SLA class. SLA is used to monitor the ISP, right? Like if you have, guys, if you have scenario like this, for an example, paint. See, for SD-WAN, to learn SD-WAN, routing and switching is mandatory. This is the reason. I have two ISP, ISP1 and ISP2, and here I have one router R1, right? Here I have one LAN network, right? And it 10.1.1.0/24. right? Let's suppose, for an example, ISP1 is my primary ISP, and this is the backup ISP. So how you will configure router 1? To forward all the traffic towards ISP1 until and unless ISP1 is up. But in case if ISP1 is not available, then it should shift the traffic towards ISP2. So what we can do? We can configure IP SLA here to track the ISP1. First of all, we will track ISP1 from router number 1, right, with, let's say, track ID 10. And in track, I called SLA. SLA stands for Service Level Agreement. So SLA, with the help of SLA, I can track ISP1, right, track number 10. And then I will configure one default route 0.0.0.0/0 and with track number 10. So until and unless track will be up, it will be using this default route. But if track is down, then it will not use this default route. So I will configure one more default route towards ISP2 0.0.0.0/0, and here I can configure AD value higher 10. So what will happen now? If track will goes down, it will use this default route. If track is up, then it will be using this default route, because here we have lower AD value. So with the help of SLA, we are tracking the ISP. In the same way here, I am going to create SLA class list, like you are creating what? Site list. In the site list, you are defining the site ID. In the same way, in the class list, we are going to define the quality, right? Like I can say I have one SLA class list, let's say SLA 1, right, where I said if the loss equals 10%, loss equals 10%, right? And I can use it in the policy. I can say whenever this loss will reach to 10%, will go above to 10%, automatically shift the traffic, right? So till now, this is one group of interest like your site list, your T-log list, your VPN list. We have SLA list also here. You can see many group of interest are there. Like here we can create the color list to match the color. We can use application list to match the application. We can create data prefix list, policer prefix list, site list, and then SLA list. And you can see by default some SLA list are exist on the vManage. These are the default one, where you can see loss, voice and video traffic. If loss is 2%, latency is 45 millisecond, jitter is 100, or we can use it in the policy. So I am going to create one new class list. To create new class list, I will click on new class list. Here I can give the name. So any name you can define to your class list. I can say what? Application 1, let's say, for an example. I can say website, let's say 80, port number 80, web 80 for web traffic, HTTP traffic, right? So that's why I have given this name. You can give any name, that is not matter. Now loss here we can define. So what I told you here, I am going to set, let's say, loss 10 for an example, right? Latency I am going to set 150 for an example, right? Jitter I am going to set 300 or 400 for an example, and we can add it. So I have created one class list, like SLA class list here. I can create one more SLA class list for website HTTPS port number 443. I can say website 443, and here again we can define the loss, right? So let's say this time loss is 5% or 15%, right? Any value you can set. Latency is 150 I had configured there. This time I am configuring 160. Jitter I am saying, let's say 450, right? And add. This way only we can create one class SLA class list for telnet traffic also, right? We can say telnet 23 this way, and we can define the loss, let's say 20%, because this is telnet is not important critical traffic, right? Latency I can say 200, any value according to the requirement. In real time you will have requirement. And jitter I am saying 500 for an example, and click on add. So I have created 3 SLA class list, one for HTTP, one for HTTPS, one for telnet, right? And now I can use these SLA class list in the policy, right? So let's click next. Here we don't need to add any topology because we are not going to create topology now, right? Now we are not going to create hub and spoke or any types of topology. So just ignore it, and the VPN membership also ignore it. We are not going to use it. Simply click next. And here you can see application aware routing, right? So here I am going to add the policy. Here I am going to add the policy. To add, click on add policy, and then create new policy. You can see I don't have any policy here. Or if you have policy in your system, so you can import that as well, right? I don't have any policy, I'm going to create new. So click on create new policy. Now define the name of your policy. Name can be, let's say, application routing Control A, Control C, and let me paste it in description also. Now the very interesting sequence type. Click on sequence type and then sequence rule. What you will match here? What you will match here? I will match the SLA class list. Right, somewhere you will find the protocol. Yes, here it is. Right, so this is for the TCP traffic, so protocol number I am going to say 6. Right, and after that source port number, so I am not going to define source port number. Source port number is anything, doesn't matter. What matter for me? Destination port number. If destination port number is 80, if destination port number is 80, then I am going to configure the policy. Right, and now action will be what happened here. We should have the action match. We have match protocol value and we have matched the destination port. Then click on action, and here action I am going to use SLA class list. Why I will use SLA class list? Because I have created the SLA class list. Now I am going to call that class list over here. Right, so see SLA class list, you have multiple SLA class list. Here I am going to use HTTP web HTTP port number 80, website 80. Right, so action, in the action this time I am not allowing or denying the traffic. What I am saying, use SLA class list, and in SLA class list what I did, I defined the jitter value, I defined the packet loss, I defined the like multiple things I have defined there. The liveness of link, quality of link, and here is the preferred color. Which color you want to prefer for this traffic? So what I told you guys, for HTTP I want to forward traffic through MPLS only, right? So here I can select the color MPLS. That's it. Your policy is ready. If you will click on restrict here, then it will not fail over. When MPLS will goes down, then you cannot access HTTP traffic, HTTP application. Right, so I'm not going to tick restrict, so that it can perform failover. If the loss will be more than 10%, then it will shift the traffic from MPLS to internet. Got it? Is it clear, guys? Now I'm going to save it. Save match action, and here is my policy. You can see. Fine. And after that, default action is enabled. We don't need to do anything here. Yeah, leave it on default enable. Okay, so your policy is ready. Just save application aware routing policy here, and now you can see the policy. Edit, view, delete, and click next. I'm going to use same name here. And you can preview the policy once. Invalid, can't save policy, add a VPN list. Yes, we need to add now VPN list here. Even here you can see I don't have any direction. So select side. For all the branches, I have only 2 side list, branches and DC, right? So I'm going to apply it for all the branches. If you are going to apply it for multiple, like for a specific branches, first you have to create side list. for that, right? So I have selected the branches and then VPN. VPN is 10, VPN 10, right? And now save it. Sorry, add and save it. Yes, my policy is now ready with name, application, routing. Click on this three dot and you can preview it. Here is your policy, right? Like if you will configure it through CLI, you have to configure in this way, right? And guys, who will tell me where this policy will be executed? On VSmart or VSS? On VSS. This is data policy will be executed on VSS, right? So what it's saying here, class list, website 80, latency 150, loss this one, jitter this one 400, right? VPN list is service VPN, means VPN 10, sequence number 1, match protocol number 6, match destination port number 80. I have not matched any source port. If again you want to match, like if you want to configure it for a specific source, so you can define the source as well, right? So source is, you can see here, NE 0.0.0.0/0 NE, and action is what? SLA class website 80, and preferred color is what? MPLS, right? And for which side I applied it? I applied it for branches, means all the side 1 2 3 4. VPN list is 10, right? Now say OK and you can now activate the policy. So after the activate, right, now you have seen that between side 1 and side 2 my traffic is going through both transport. It is performing load balancing. But once I will apply this policy, what will happen? The HTTPS or telnet for those two types of traffic, still it will be performing load balancing, but for HTTP traffic it will be forwarding through MPLS only, right? Protocol number 6, source port number anything, destination port number is 80, and simulate. It is performing load balancing, you can see. Now I am going to activate the policy. So go to policies and here is my policy, click on three dot and activate. It is under process. Updating policy, applying policy to VSmart. Policy applied to VSmart, done, successful, right? Now let me simulate the path again. Seven dot 7.7 real time. Go to troubleshooting, simulate path, and for VPN 10 is source interface, source IP, destination IP, and protocol number 6, source port number 1025 anything, and destination port 80, and simulate. Now you can see your traffic is going through MPLS, right? But again, if I will change the port number, let's say 443, then my traffic will go through both transport. You can see it is performing load balancing. Clear, guys? Is it clear to everyone? For telnet also you can see load balancing, but for HTTP traffic port 80 I have reserved the MPLS link, right? And if MPLS bill goes down, then it will start forwarding traffic through internet, right? Even you can verify it between branch 1 to branch 4, right? So branch 1 to branch 4 also we can verify it. Branch 1 is 5.5.5. Destination IP will be the branch 4 IP address 10.10.4.1, 10.10.4.1. 6 source port number anything, destination port number 80. Your traffic is only and only going via MPLS, right? Doesn't matter from where to where you are forwarding between all the branches including DC, right? For HTTP traffic now we are only using MPLS. If MPLS is up and the requirement is matching, like if loss is below 10%, if jitter is below to a certain label, packet loss is below to the label, then it will be using MPLS. And if MPLS bill goes down, then definitely it will be using internet, right? In the same way for other application also we can configure, right? Like here, can I send HTTP data? Like let's say from this internal router, branch to internal router, I am going to send some HTTP traffic. I have to add one PC here now. For that, let me do one thing. Let me add one Windows PC here. Windows 10 PC I am going to add here. Windows. Okay. Laptop. But again we cannot verify it, like because we cannot trace route, right? It will not work. It will not work, sorry. But you can simulate the traffic from the vManage. That is the best option. And for your ping still it is performing load balancing for the ping for the ICMP. If you want to configure a specific path for ICMP, what we can match? We can match the protocol number, that is 1. Protocol number of ICMP 1, and on the basis of that I can configure a specific path. Right? Now let's configure internet for the telnet. Internet for the telnet. So again let me take you to policies, and here add policy, then group of interest is already there, not going to add any topology. Here click create new policy, give name telnet, and telnet, then sequence type, sequence rule, and what I will match here? Protocol number will be again 6. This telnet is TCP based protocol, and destination port number is going to be 23. Destination port number is going to be 23. And then action, in the action I am going to match SLA class, and I have already created one SLA class list for telnet. Here it is. Let's select it, and then prefer color. So for the telnet I am going to set BIS internet. Got it? And I'm not going to select restrict because I want to perform failover as well. Like if the busy internet will goes down, then it will shift the traffic to MPLS, right? And save it. Then default action should be enable. Yeah, it is enable. Enable. Cancel it. Right? Now save application aware policy. Got it? Here is your policy ready. Click next and define the VPN. Telnet and application aware routing at site list, branches for all the sites, and for the branches only I am configuring this policy and service VPN. Then save policy, add and save policy, and save policy. Now you can see telnet, right? Let me activate it. Activate. Right? Even guys, you can verify it on your vanished devices like branch 1 vs1. Do I have access? Yes, here. So here I can run command show policy from vsmart, right? So you can see the output, right? I'm receiving this policy from vsmart for VPN 10. These are the SLA class list. Name of SLA class list is telnet 23, where I have defined the loss, latency, and jitter. After that, service VPN, sequence number, source IP, any destination, this one, protocol, SLA, and prefer color, busy internet. Right? Now again let me take you to vmanage. Go to dashboard and click manage device, and you can check from any manage device. Let's say from branch 1 vs1, then troubleshooting and simulate. VPN 10, source interface this one, source IP, destination IP, let's say site 4, branch 4, and application protocol number is 6, source port number anything 55 or 30, any port number, destination port number 23, simulate. Now you can see my telnet traffic is going through internet. My telnet traffic is going through internet, and rest traffic for 43 load balancing, right? 80 load balancing this way. So for all the application you can create the policy according to your requirement, right? This is the logic. I need to create one more policy here. For and we can create application list also, like for applications. Then next, here we can say HTTPS for an example, HTTP S. Sequence type, I'm going to match again protocol number 6 and the destination port number 443. Means HTTP as traffic, right? And the action class match, this time it will match from website 443, and color here I am going to set MPLS and save it. If you want to select both DC and branch, that is also possible. Okay, now we can apply it. Now guys, just take break of 2 minutes. After that I will continue again. Okay, so is it fine to take break, short break? Okay. Okay, now here in this I am going to activate this policy, application routing. First of all, let me edit it. I want to apply all the configuration, all the requirement over here only, right? So let's click on this. Is fine. Data traffic C flow. Here is the traffic rule. Click on 3 dot. Where is the edit option? App route. or we can create the new one. Let's say this time I'm going to create one new policy here. Will not match the application. Yeah, add policy, new policy, and I'm going to say name is, let's say, Monday requirement. So Monday, on the Monday we have some special requirement, and requirement is all the HTTP and HTTPS, or we can have multiple application. I'm using only two application. Should traffic of these two applications should goes via MPLS, and the telnet traffic should go via internet, and it should perform failover as well if the requirement is not matching or the any transportation is down, right? So this is my requirement on this Monday. For that I am going to create one policy, Monday requirement. In the description also I am using same name, and then sequence type, here I am going to add sequence rule, where I am going to match protocol will be 6 and destination port will be 80, and action I am going to select this one. Yeah, and the color is going to be MPLS here, MPLS. If you don't want to perform failover, you can click over here, right? Done. Save it. I'm going to create one more sequence rule here. Again I am going to match protocol 6 and the port number, destination port number. This time I am going to match 443, source port number is any, and then action. Again this one, and the preferred color is again MPLS. Done. Save it. And one more sequence rule I am going to create, where it will match the protocol number 6. If I will not match the protocol number, then it will match all the protocol number. And after that, destination port I am going to say 23, and action IP class, select the telnet 23, and preferred color is going to be busy internet over here, busy internet, right? And save it. And then default action is enable. Default action is enable, you can see. So you can see app route. How many app route I have? 3, right? One is matching port protocol number 6, destination port number 80, and then action is color MPLS, so it will use MPLS link. Second, protocol number 6, port number 443, and color is MPLS. Third, protocol 6, port number 23, and color is busy internet, right? Now save the policy. Fine. Then click next, and here we can add the new site list or VPN list. Site list and VPN list is only for which site you want to apply this policy, configure this policy, or for which VPN you want to configure this policy. That's it, right? So earlier, in the older version, there was option to not select as well, right? Like if you will not select the VPN or site list, it will be for all the sites and all the VPN. But in this version, I am not able to see that option, right? It's saying must to add the VPN. So I have added, and now we can preview it. What happened? Please fill all the required field. Okay, name is still pending. Yeah, preview it. So this is your CLI policy. Now you can see, right? So it is matching SLA port number, SLA class, in SLA class port number 23 telnet, right? And here is the configuration, like the link quality configuration, jitter loss and latency. After that, for this application, right? And then for this application, and protocol number 6, destination port 80, source IP anything, and action is for this class list, action is MPLS. For this class list, again SLA class list color is MPLS, but for this class list telnet color is BG internet, right? So this is my policy. If you will configure it through CLI, then you have to run these all commands, right? Now save it. So here you can see I have one policy with name Monday requirement, right? Now let's suppose today is the Monday, so I will apply activate this policy, and again on Tuesday I will deactivate it. Maybe I will use this one or this one, hub and spoke. This one I can use. Okay, so let me click on this and activate. It is under process. Wait for some time. After that, we can simulate the path. Now for these 3 applications, it will not perform load balancing, right? For rest all types of traffic, still it is performing load balancing between transportation. So main dashboard, and click on WAN edge devices. Then let's say 5.5.5 real time troubleshooting, simulate flow, VPN 10, source interface this one, source IP this one, destination is branch 4. So I am simulating the path between branch 1 and branch 4, right? So C4, HTTP, HTTPS and telnet. Protocol number I am going to say 6, source port number I am going to say anything, destination port number I am going to say 23, and simulate. From where traffic is going? Biz internet, right? This is the color, means internet. Fine. Now if I am going to say 80, then traffic is going through MPLS, right? And for any other port number, let's say 67, for 67 you can see load balancing, right? And for HTTPS, for 43 MPLS. Got it, guys? Clear? Clear, guys? Policy is clear. Whatever policies till now I have configured in this fabric. Now we need a topology with multiple service VPN. Here I have only one service VPN, that is VPN 10. And one thing is still pending over here, that is VRF configuration, right? In branch 1 you can see VRF configuration is required. Here I have 2 WAN edge device. Here I have 2 WAN edge device. That is the only pending thing over here in the entire fabric and the CH configuration. Otherwise, we have seen the CLI configuration, we have seen the configuration through template, we have seen the centralized management, centralized configuration, we have seen the control connection, we have seen the BFD session, OMP session, we have seen the IPsec session, we have seen the packet flow, we have seen the policies, how to create multiple types of topology, hub and spoke. Now if anyone have any requirement, right, please let me know. According to that I will configure the topology. According to that I will configure the topology to fulfill your requirement. Like for that application or for that VPN or for that side, traffic should go like this. So if anyone have any requirement, please share with me. Everything you can do here, whatever you can think you can do. Right. So now for an example, let's say I want to configure hub and spoke topology, hub and spoke, for DC branch 1 and branch 2 only, right? And full mesh topology for branch 2 or branch 3, branch 4, branch 5, right? So this type of scenario you can try to configure by yourself. You can think like how to configure, how we can implement it, right? After that, for the applications, app aware routing. For the application, how we can define the path, a specific path, internet MPLS, right? Now guys, before moving further, see what I want to teach you is how to onboard or install the certificate through Windows server, because most of the time we are using Windows server as well in the real time. Okay, so we'll create one small topology, but like this type of topology is not required. Simply we can create one DC where I can have one VH or CS, then controllers. I can connect it to a switch, right? And then directly I can connect this switch to branches, right? I can add multiple switches here, and we can assume that these switches are nothing but the internet, MPLS, LT, Metro Ethernet. So all are directly connected, they can communicate. We can learn how to install the certificate and how to onboard the devices. And the VRF configuration, see for the VRF here, it's very simple. You can configure it through CLI also and through template also. Here I can say VPN 10 and interface G0 by 2 VRRP, and then group number, for an example 10, and then IPv4 address, right? So here you can see the subnet is 10.10.1.0/24. Now this router can have this as a gateway or this as a gateway. If this is a PC, users are there, so can have one gateway IP address only, right? So better to configure here HSRP, VRRP, GLBP, but in SD-WAN we have only VRRP, right? So for an example, my IP address is 10.10.1.100, right? This is the virtual IP address which I will use as a gateway. So here I can define that IP address, right? 10.10.1.100. That's it. This is the configuration of VRRP through CLI. Same command you need to run on branch 1 VS1 also, branch 1 VS2 also. And if I will talk about templates, so see, enable admin, go to templates and feature template. Let's say I think BR1 branch 1, nothing is there. Okay. Service VPN 10, yeah, VPN 10 interface, this one, VPN 10 branch interface. I'm going to click on edit to this VPN. This is the template for interface configuration. The LAN side service VPN interface, and here somewhere you will find the VRRP. Here you can see the VRRP, right? There is nothing. We can click on new VRRP, right? Here we can define the group ID 100. Here we can define the priority. See, I'm not going to teach you what is VRRP here. If anyone don't know what is VRRP, please let me know. Definitely I will discuss that also, but I am expecting you already know the VRRP, because this is the part of again routing and switching, CCNA or CCNP. So I have defined the group name 100, priority is 100 by default, that is fine. The timer is 1 second. Okay, we can use the tracking also. And here is the IP. See, we can track two things. We can track OMP or we can track prefix list. And after that IP, so here I can say device specific. And then here we can say VRRP IP address. So this way you can configure the VRRP. Right? This is a small topic in your syllabus. So I have to cover like each and every topic which is part of your syllabus, right? So VRRP is there. Got it, guys? So if we have multiple service VPN here, VPN 10, VPN 20, so in real time you can have the multiple policies, right? For VPN 10 you can have different types of topology. For VPN 20 you can have different types of topology, right? Now if you will try to understand the policies again, you can see we have these all policies. And is there any policy activated? Yeah, I think this Monday requirement is activated. Yes, this one. I'm going to deactivate it. And before deactivating, if you want to check the policy on any VH through CLI, you can run command show policy from VSmart, and now you can see the policy. SLA class telnet 23, we have created it. We have defined the loss, jitter and latency. Then website 443 and website 80. Right, from VSmart, application route policy service VPN Monday requirement, VPN list is service VPN, sequence number is 10, match source IP address any, destination 80, protocol number 6, then action this one, SLA class list, website 80, right, website 80, here it is. Okay, and then action is color, prefer color. So until and unless requirement is matching, it will be forwarding traffic via MPLS only. Right, in the same way for rest all application as well. Now I am going to deactivate it. Select it and deactivate. All good. Now again I have full mesh topology. Again you can see load balancing for all the application, load balancing, telnet also load balancing, right. So hope it is clear to you all. And see these group of interest. Now application, here we can specify the application also. For an example I am saying HR portal, right, and we can select the application here now, HT web. Here you can see these are the application, like let's say meeting, video meeting or conference, and here we can select application. We can check Zoom is there. Yes, Zoom is there. Select this one, add. So this way we can create application list also. As you are creating side list, VPN list, in the same way this is what application list, and we can use the application list, like whenever we are matching, then there is option to match application list also. So we can match anything. That's why I told you, whatever you can think, you can implement it over here, because everything is there. See the group of interest, we can create application list, we can create color list, right? Color list. Here we can give name MPLS and we can select the color MPLS, right? And then add. So I have one color list. I can create one more color list with name internet, and here I can search biz internet or public internet, but I am not using public internet color here. I have only biz internet, so I can select the biz internet, and then we can click on add button, right? So I have application, I have created application list, I have created color list, I can create data prefix list, right? Name is, let's say, branch 1 routes. Which type of route? IPv4 or IPv6? IPv4. And here is the example. You can see how you can define the subnet, right? And separated by columns, commas, right? So I can say 192.168 dot, what is the subnet there in branch 1? 10.020.0, 10.0/24, then comma 192.168.20.0/24, this way. Then again comma 192.168.30.0/24. Then click on add. Here you can see I have now one data prefix list. 1 minute guys. Hello, brother, please call me after 10. Yeah, I know I had seen your message, but I am in class. Thank you so much. Yes guys. This is similar like IPv4 prefix access list. Remember in access list how we are defining the subnet. In the same way here I have created the, I have make the like interesting traffic. I have specified some subnet. Please. Right? So in real time, according to your fabric, according to your sites, headquarter, branch, spoke, right? Like everything and requirement, you will have already group of interest. You will have group of interest for all the sites, all types of traffic, for all the VPNs, right? And whenever it required, you will use that in the policy. Right? So in the application, where I can use the application list, and if someone will ask you what is application list, what will be your answer? You can say to match the specific application like YouTube, like Zoom, like Office 365, or application group like social media, collaboration tool. These are the real-time requirement. It allow you to like enable application aware routing by identifying traffic based on the application type, right? Identifying traffic based on the application type. On the basis of application, how we can identify the traffic. For an example, let's say you want to prioritize video conference, that is Zoom, over the other traffic like the file downloading, right? So by default, the file downloading traffic and the Zoom conference both are same. Both will get same preference. But if you want to prioritize Zoom video conference over the file downloading traffic, you can create an application list. Color represent the transport type, like MPLS, busy internet, public internet, right? There are two types of color, you know, private and public. So color can also identify the traffic. Means you can say we can route the traffic based on color, right? If someone will ask you what is the use of color list here, see, these are the interview questions. Interviewer can ask you these types of questions, right? What is color? How many types of color are there, right? Where I will use color list. So color list allow you to route traffic based on link type, based on, you can say, transport type. For example can be like you can route high priority traffic over MPLS link and low priority traffic over internet, which we did. What we configured MPLS link for the HTTP and HTTPS applications and internet for the telnet. Then data prefix list, and you will have already these all group of interest, right? It might be possible you will be using 1 to 2 in the policy that is running, that is activated, but all the possible group of interest will be already there, already configured. So whenever it required, we can directly use it. We are not going to configure it. For the first day, when we'll like shift the infrastructure to SD-WAN, we'll start creating the list. We'll start creating the policies. According to all the requirement, we will have the policies, and whenever it needed, we'll activate it, deactivate it. Right? So through data prefix, what we can do, we can match the IP addresses, IP prefixes, like the subnets or the range of IP addresses, and we can use it as a source or destination, right? Like in the policy you have seen, we have option to match source. So from here I can define the range of IP addresses, subnets, and then I can use that as a source. Like for this source only, the link will be MPLS for a particular application, this way, right? If the source belongs to this subnet, then only you will use MPLS link. Otherwise, for rest all subnets, except this subnet, means branch 1 subnet, for rest all subnets, link is going to be maybe internet. That can be the requirement, right? So it is similar like your access control list, which is used to define, specify source and destination address, source and destination traffic. identify traffic source and destination. Right. So what is the use of data prefix? Data prefix can use to control traffic flow based on IP addresses, for the routing, for the priority, for the segmentation also we can use it. For example, you can route all the traffic from 192.168.10.0/24 to a specific data center, or you can block it, or you can configure a specific color for that, right? Then we have policer. What is policer? Anyone have idea about it? I have created one data prefix, okay, policer, and name should be, yeah, that is fine, branch 1 route, or we can say branch 1 internal route. LAN prefixes, branch 1 LAN route. Save it. Done. Then policer. It is also similar to data prefix, right? Policer is similar to data prefix, but often used for routing policy or traffic engineering. For the traffic engineering we are using policer, like to influence inbound traffic, you want to influence how traffic destined for a specific range of IP address route. So here also we can do same thing what here we have did in the data prefix. I can create the policer, I can give the name to the policer, and after that we can specify the rate, exceed, burst, right? So the, like you can say, advanced version of data prefix, right? And prefix is exactly similar like data prefix. If you will click here, you can see here also we have same option to add multiple networks, right? Then side list you have already seen. I have two side lists. I can create one more. Let's say I can say the important sites. Important sites. And here I can add, let's say, site ID 1, site ID 3, and site ID 4. These are my important sites. So according to requirement, we can have multiple site list. One site list for all the sites, one site list for DC only. Right, here I have only one data center, but guys, in the large organization you will have multiple data center. You will have multiple headquarters, lots of branches, right? So you will have lots of site list. Then SLA list, you can see I have created 3 SLA list here. Then TLOC list, I have one TLOC list. I can create one TLOC list for branch 1, right? And then system IP of branch 1 is 5.5.5. I have two TLOC here, na? Color is color biz internet, encapsulation IPsec, and add one more TLOC for same 5.5.5, color MPLS, encapsulation IPsec, not GRE, IPsec, and then in branch 1 you can see I have 2 VH, right? So I have some more TLOC here. 6.6.6 is system IP, and color is biz internet, and encapsulation is IPsec, and 6.6.6.6 color MPLS. Encapsulation IPsec. So this way you can see tlog. Save it. Just delete this one, it's not required, and save it. So you can see I have two tlog list now, one for the DC and one for the branch 1. Right, so we can control the traffic based on tlog also. Tlog represent what? Tlog represent what? Transport link. It represents transport link. The interface, to specify interface connected to internet or MPLS or other transportation. Right. And SLA class, if someone will ask you what is the use of SLA class or what is SLA class, so you can say it is used to set performance requirement, like whenever we want to configure a transport, right, for a particular application, and I want to measure the quality of link on the basis of performance of transportation, I want to use the link. In that scenario we have to configure, we have to use SLA class list whenever we want to forward the traffic based on performance of transportation. Right. Example can be like, let's say, route voice over IP traffic only over the link with latency 100 Mbps. Right. Even I am not going to set prefer color. It will decide automatically. I will only say if, like for voice over traffic, you should only use that transport where latency is less than 100 millisecond and the packet loss is less than 1%. Right. So whenever the requirement will feel filled on the MPLS link, it will be forwarding traffic through MPLS. Whenever requirement will fulfilled on other transport, it will be using other transport. If we will have multiple transport with the requirement, then it will be performing load balancing, because here we have not defined the prefer color as well. Right. Then we have VPN list. So these are what group of interest to specify the traffic. So tlog, here we have the VPN list, only one VPN list, which is service VPN. Here I can rename it to, I can say, sales department. Right. I can have one more VPN list with name HR department. Right. And here I can add VPN 20, or we can add multiple VPN also, VPN 20 and VPN 30. Right. So HR people are there in these two VPN. Then one for the finance people. Right. We can say VPN 30 and VPN 40 this way. Right. So for all the group of interest you will have list, and after that click next, and here you can see this time it will ask for the topology, which type of topology you want to create. We already covered these all. If you have the file, topology file in your system, you can import that also. right? And few topologies by default exist. One is hub and spoke and one is mesh. In the mesh, you need to define the sites, right? So in group of interest, we will have one more side list with name all sites. So whenever I want to configure something for all the site, I will use this one, where 100, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, right? So I can select mesh topology. Here it is asking for the site list. Define the name and site list. So I will say all sites. It will create hub and spoke topology for me, right? Sorry, full mesh topology for me automatically. Then hub and spoke is there. Then custom control. We have already seen these all. Custom means I have to create the topology according to the requirement, right? In sequence type, we can define the traffic, interest, requirement, right? And after that, we can define the action, and then there is one default action for the rest traffic. What for the rest traffic? Create a policy to apply to T-lock. Create a policy to apply to OMP. So if you are going to control the OMP route, you will click on route. If you are going to control the traffic based on T-lock, you are going to use this option, right? T-lock even is not in your syllabus. Route is there only, right? So hope you are good enough with these all and you can create it, any topology. For an example, I'm going to create one hybrid topology. Hybrid topology. Right? And now click on sequence type, select route and sequence rule. See, whatever list you have created, you have option to match anything. Site, T-lock, VPN, prefix list, and then action. By default rejected, you can configure it according to your requirement. So, can anyone tell me how to create policy to block communication between branch 2 and branch 3? I want these two branches should not be able to communicate with each other. This is your task, guys. Just tell me the logic, right? I don't want configuration. Tell me the logic, how we can block the communication between branch 2 and branch 3. Because we have already seen the configuration, many types of configuration. Yeah. Branch 2 and branch 3.
So now it's connected through IPsec and its communication established between IPsec, right?
Right? Yeah, yeah. There is something called OMP tag, like the tag value in OSPF or in the other routing protocol. So we can match the tag also. We can match the origin, originator, preference, site. Matching condition. For all types of policy, you will have similar configuration, right? Every time. This is for the topology. But if you are not going to create any topology, then simply here you will click next, right? That means I am creating application aware routing policy, right, for the data plane traffic, data plane. Right here you can see even application aware routing. The backstage step is topology and VPN membership. Right, first step is group of interest, then configure topology and VPN membership, then configure traffic rule and apply policy. This is the step. Apply policy to site and VPN. So say next, and here we can click on add policy. We can give any name. Sunday. Right, then drag and drop the record. Sequence type and sequence rule. ACI sequence rule is there. Earlier it was not there. Like in the I think previous version it was not there. Okay. Then sequence type, and we can match the application. Here you can see I had created one app list, right? The name was video meeting, yes or no? For the Zoom, you can see Zoom meeting. So I can match this application. For this application only this policy will work, right? And here we can define the action, right? So let's say for an example I want that for this application video conference, for video conference it should use this class list which I have created here. Okay, I have not created, I have only these class list. So we can have one class list for this application, right? There we will have one requirement that jitter loss and latency should be this one, and we can set the preferred color there. Cloud SLA for not for you. In the match we can match multiple things as well, like I have matched the video meeting, then I can match cloud SaaS not for your DNS application list. No, we can match the protocol, we can match the protocol 6 or UDP 17, then we can match the source data prefix, right? Remember the data prefix, I had created one data prefix. Here we can call that branch 1 LAN route, or if you don't want to add you can define it directly here 192.168.10.0/24 this way, right? Then we can define the source port number. I'm saying if there is one, let's say browser, right? That browser is always using port number 102.1.0, let's say 50, right? So for this particular user only I am going to configure the policy, so that is also possible. We can define the port, right? Then we can define the destination data prefix. So destination data prefix is, let's say 192.168.20.0/24 site 2, right? Then we can define the destination port number 80 for an example, right? And after that here we can say preferred color is busy internet, if you want to use SLA you can use it here, We can restrict if I don't want to perform failover. So match and action, everywhere you will have these two options, match and action, what it need to match and then what action it need to take, and then default action. For rest all, what will be the default action, right? So here also we can call class list in default action. Like I can have one class list which is matching again certain label, right? So if default is that one, so what will happen whenever the your first requirement will not match, then your traffic will go according to that, this, right? Most of the time, and in your syllabus also it's enable only, so just leave it on enable and then save match address. And now your policy is ready, you can save it. Right? Here we have, in real time you will have lots of, let's say 100 number of policies. So that's why here search option is there. So you can search your policy, right? Your name of your policy will be matching the task, right? Then click again next, and here we have to set the VPN list and side list, for which side and which VPN, for which side and which VPN you are going to configure it, right? So new side list and VPN list. Side I am saying branches, and VPN list I am saying 10. 10 was VPN list. Service VPN was there na. Okay, I rename that to cell, right? Then click on add and just click on preview policy. You can see your policy is ready, right? So everything is there. According to our requirement, we need to create the group of interest, we need to create the list, and then we need to create the policy, and after that we need to apply that. That's it. So here I have Sunday policy with name Sunday. For the Sunday, here it is, right? To activate it, simply I can click on activate, right? So the entire fabric behavior is going to be different. And again on Monday, see, I have different policy for Monday, so I will use that. See how flexible it is, right? Like SD-WAN fabric. These are the reason only why companies are moving. How flexible it is. In very less time we can change the behavior of entire fabric according to the requirement. 1 minute, guys. See, policy is applied. Now think about SD-WAN, right? Like adding new site, how easy it is. Applying policy, how easy it is. Changing the behavior of routing of entire SD-WAN fabric or some part of fabric, how easy it is. And if I will compare now it to the traditional networking, guys, traditional WAN, just think, manipulating path is so complicated there. It's not so easy. changing the transport can be very complicated. On each and every managed devices, we have to modify the configuration. We need a team, right? Then the configuration support, many support teams are required, engineers are required who will visit on the site, technicians are required. Here, from one centralized location, from the vManage, from your bedroom, also you can control the entire fabric. So in first day, no one can teach you the benefit of using SD-WAN, right? But when you will learn the concept, when you learn the implementation, you will automatically understand the benefit. Here, if I need to add one new site, see, if I need to add one new site, simply I need to only connect the cable, LAN cable and WAN cable, right? I have already templates for this VS. I can use that, right? I have already template. We can push that template, and while pushing, it will ask for the IP address over here, and over here. That's it. Nothing else. Maybe it will ask for the. Maybe it will ask for the next hop, BGPS number, few things. Hardly 10 variables are there. IP addresses, next hop, BGPS number, remote ES, neighbor IP address, and service VPN interface IP address. That's it. Only these variables we need to put, and we can add the new site. Means within 5 minutes I can add a new site here. Right? Sometime in the traditional networking, like it was taking 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, sometime 1 month to add a new site, new branch, headquarter. Here it's so easy. If your site is similar to headquarter, right, you can use the template of headquarter. You have already template for the headquarter configuration. You have already template for the DC VS configuration. So if you are going to add the DC, one new DC, no problem. We can live that data center within 10 minutes. 10 minutes is even much time. So only 2 minutes is required. Only need to fill the variables, some variables, right? And now I have applied the policy. You can check it. For port number 80, from let's say branch 2, four, 6, source port number 1025, destination port number 80, and simulate. It will be performing load balancing. But what was the source port number, guys, in the policy which I have recently created? Port number was, I think, 1050. Not 1050. Port number was here for the Sunday. I am asking you for the Sunday. Here I had said branch 1 2 3 4, that is fine. The VPN list, okay. Sunday policy apply for all the branches. I had set the source port number there. Let me check if I can find that. This is the VPN list. only default. I think I forget to add that. Okay, no problem. This way you can do it. Right, so again it is performing now load balancing for all the sites. I'm deactivating it. Now next thing you have to understand quality of service here, right? So next topic is going to be QS. How many of you have knowledge about quality of service in routing and switching? All knows the quality of service. What is quality of service? DSCP, those things. If anyone is not aware about quality of service, please let me know.
I recall, sir, but I know the basic. If you talking a particular lead bandwidth as per the requirement, so we have to configure accordingly.
Yes, absolutely. Prioritize some traffic or some application or some user, some department, some data, right? That is quality of service. Okay, so we'll see the quality of service policy in next class, and I am hoping that till now whatever topics we have covered, everything is clear to you. And I think I had one more topology here for the SD-WAN. If I don't have, then definitely I will create one more topology. There I will be using Windows Server for CA server, right? As here I am using the Cisco router. There I will use Windows Server. So we need serial file. Okay, so I have serial file. I will use that. Will show you. In the this one. No, here also. This is the same topology. Okay, we'll create one more lab here, lab 2, and I think Windows Server is there or not. Let me check. Yes, it is available. Just I am checking that it is working or not. I will come with the topology, don't worry. I will create it. You will get the topology directly. In class I am not going to create it. I will tell to my team member to create one topology with server, Windows Server. Admin 123. No. Admin. No. At the rate service. No. Then what is the password? Yeah, administrator is the password. See here how we can configure the CA server. And guys, like SD-WAN, you know, we have the other part of SDN as well. SDXs. Password is still incorrect. We can access it through RTP, edit, and RTP, okay, and turn it on. Allow. For the RTP, first I have to connect it to my laptop with management interface this way, and now we can turn it on. And guys, now keep checking the SD-WAN interview questions like the scenarios, real-time requirement, these types of things on internet, right? Just to get familiar, just to get the familiar with this technology if it is new for you. If it is new for you, by reading the article, you can familiar yourself with each and every topic. By the way, I have explained everything in very detail, right, and easy way so that anyone can understand, but still you need lots of technical words here. And like SD-WAN, we have other solutions as well, SDXs, ACI, so in future you can go for those as well. Why it's taking so much time? What happened, bro? Connect 192.168.1.9. Ping 192.168.1.9. I'm not getting access. Okay, ignore it. I will check it like the password, and then we'll design one more topology like this only, right? But instead of router here, we will have the server, CS server, right? And one more thing we can do, we can like learn how to host these controllers on cloud. You can, this is not compulsory that you have to host it on your server on premises only. You can host it on cloud as well, right? So we'll not really host, well, but we'll see how we can host it. right? So in the real time, if you will get chance to deploy the SD-WAN controllers on cloud, you can deploy there. Okay, if anyone have question, please ask. Otherwise, that's all for today. Let's continue from next weekend.
Sir, I just need to I have one doubt. Can you confirm the lab access because I'm trying to connect but not able to get the proper information or restrict.
Right now you can perform the lab just after the class. Okay, so whatever things we have configured, you can practice that.
Okay, so can you share one URL and your one password so that it's easy to understand, sir?
No, just message me on WhatsApp for the lab access. We'll give you the AnyDesk, right? And here is the lab is already running. You need to create one folder here with your name. Like see, the Aditya has one folder with name Aditya. In the same way, you will create one folder with your name Sasi,
Right, sir.
right? And there you will create one lab here, right? Add new lab, name to lab, and we can duplicate it as well. Like you can do one thing, if you want to use this same lab, then you can duplicate it. You can clone it. You can then, this is the clone. You can rename it to Sasi Lab 1. Sasi Lab 1. Okay, and then move it to your folder. Move and Sasi. Make sure you will not open any other folder,
Sure, sir.
right? So I am recording the screen as well while students are performing the lab. So okay, so you will get this interface. Fine. Here is your name and here is your lab. So from here you will start configuring. You will start configuring from CS server, right? First configure DC switch, then CS server, and after that deploy these all controllers one by one. Okay. Anything else? Okay, guys. Then I am sending you the recording. That's all. We'll connect in next class.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Mm, day 9, right? Actually, this is day 10, but one class is missing here on drive, so day 9. Bye, guys.